So we're going to start switching from foods like this to foods like this. And not only are we going to save some time in the kitchen, but we're also going to lose some weight in the process. So keep watching if you want to know how we're going to do that. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Health Buddy YouTube channel, your #1 place to help you look, move and feel your best. Thanks so much for coming back, watching another video. Please don't forget, if you haven't already though, please go and subscribe. That way you get the notifications when a new video gets released, and it's also a great help for me to know that as the more people subscribe, that I'm producing videos that is really helping people look, move and feel their best. Okay, let's dive straight in. A common complaint with all of my clients is they just don't have enough time to prepare healthy meals. Especially as we all get a little bit older, there's so many different factors that come into our lives that make it difficult for us to find that time. I get mums telling me that they have to cook 2 meals every night because the kids just won't eat the same food as the adults do in the house. There's people who say that they can't eat first thing in the morning and they don't like breakfasts. Others that are too tired at the end of the day to stand in the kitchen and prepare a healthy dinner. And there's other people who can't take leftover dinners to work the following day because they can't heat them up whilst they're at work, and they just don't like eating cold leftover dinners. And then there's people who don't get a lunch break at all, and they kind of go from having their breakfast to having their dinner with nothing in between because they're just too busy from the minute they get into work to the minute they leave. So today I want to share a few tips for quick and healthy meals that will work for most people in one way or another. And if 1 or 2 of the ideas don't work for you, try adapting them a little bit. 1 or 2 ingredients changed here and there can make a massive difference. And if you're still stuck for ideas, just head over to healthbuddy.fit, check out my nutrition program, come onto that, and we can go through it in much greater detail on a 1-to-1 level. Right, breakfasts. The most important meal of the day. Right, for breakfasts, I do tend to have the same breakfast most days, okay? And I prep that the night before, so it's ready to go when I get up in the morning. And that is berries, granola and oat milk. Sometimes I'll add a teaspoon of peanut butter, sometimes a little drizzle of honey, sometimes both. But that is my go-to breakfast most days. I've also been known to tuck into some porridge in the morning, or a smoothie or an omelette, all of which I've prepped the night before, which makes things really easy when you get up in the morning. But we'll get to that later on in the video. Right, let me jump up and I'll show you quickly what goes into my smoothie and how I prep that the night before. Right, so we're going to show you how I make my breakfast smoothie. This is a bit rough and ready for a YouTube video, but it's important just to show you what we're doing, what we're making. So first thing is we've got our a Ninja beaker. It's now just a smoothie jug or whatever you want to call it. A thing, we're going to call it for this. We're going to start with some oats, just some good old-fashioned Scots porridge oats, and we're going to just take 4 tablespoons of that, which I'm not entirely sure the measurement of 4 tablespoons. I did know at one point. I think it's about 35, 40 grams, something like that. Right, then we're going to add in some vanilla protein powder. Just a level serve in there, so that's about 35 grams, I believe, of vanilla protein powder. And this is just some BCAA powder. So sometimes I add this, sometimes I don't, depends on what I'm doing during the course of the day. But this is a level measure. I think this is about 5 grams of this going in as well. So that's just a bit of added protein, some good base chain amino acids going in there as well. And then the last one of the powders going in is some greens powder. I think the required measurement is about 3 grams or something like that. But it's a really good one. This bulk powders one doesn't taste of a lot. So it's really good, doesn't make your smoothie taste disgusting. Then we've got banana going in. I quite often forget to put the banana in. Quite often I'll go to drink my smoothie and think it's a bit watery, it's a bit light. It's because I forgot to put this in. So break that up, get that in there. That's great. Right, as it's a green smoothie, we've got some spinach going in as well. No measurement, just kind of a handful of that going in there. Just sort of jam it in as much as you can, really. Then the last couple of things going in, again, optional, depends on what I'm doing. I say that, it kind of doesn't. This goes in most of the time, if I'm honest. So that's a teaspoon of peanut butter. Be careful not to have too much going in. You just want a small, that's only a small teaspoon I got there. You don't want to go over the top and have too much. There we go. Then we've got some water going in. I can't tell you how much water. It depends on your preference, really. There we go. And all I will do now is whiz that up on the Ninja and see what it's like, see what the consistency is like. you kind of don't want to be chewing on it, but you've got the oats in there, so it does make it quite thick. But I can whiz that up now, and I can put it in the fridge, and that's fine. That'll last me till the morning, and all I've got to do in the morning is just give it a good shake, and it's done. Or I could have not put the water in tonight. I could have left it dry. I could have put that in the fridge or in the cupboard, and I could have left that till the morning, then added the water and whizzed it up. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, it's going to take you like 30 seconds to a minute to get that ready, and you can just walk out the door with it as soon as you're done. Okay, so I'm just going to whiz this up now. It's going to take 30 seconds. Like I say, I'm just going to put this in the fridge and just give it a good shake in the morning. Now, these are great. Sometimes you want to have them every day. Sometimes I've got peanut butter in this, so I'll just have it when I'm training. So we're going to give this a good blend up. Just for a few seconds at a time, just get the oats in there as well. If you really struggle for time in the morning to make food, or you struggle in the morning to eat food, like, you know, you're trying to get the kids ready, or you're rushing out the door, or you're trying to get to the gym before you go to work, time eating the food is just as difficult to come by as it is to actually make the food. So overnight oats mixed up ready in a little, I use a little mason jar for me, is great. You can make it up the night before, bung it in the fridge, and it's ready to go whenever you want it in the morning. Maybe you are eating it whilst you're getting the kids ready, you know, a spoonful here, spoonful there, while you're feeding the kids, getting the kids dressed, or you're rushing out the door because you've got to try and get to work. Maybe you take the jar with you on the train, you're eating on the tube, or you take it to work, eat it at work, or maybe you've gone and done a sweaty session at the gym before you go to work, and in your time between the gym and getting to work is the perfect time to have your overnight oats, particularly if you've got like a little bit of protein powder in there, or a little bit of peanut butter or something like that to give you some protein. It's a great little breakfast after a gym session. But don't forget, if you add peanut butter to any of these recipes, it has to be crunchy peanut butter. If you add smooth peanut butter to any of these dishes, we're never speaking again, okay? Maybe you want something warm in the morning though. Maybe you want to have a little bit of toast, but you know, you want to have something a bit better than just bland toast, you know? So maybe the night before you've hard boiled some eggs. So you've got some eggs in the fridge in the morning. All you've got to do then is get them out, slice them up on a couple of bits of toast that you've got going. How long does toast take? 3-4 minutes, depending on how you like it. 1 or 2 minutes if you just like warm bread. And there you go, you've got a really easy egg on toast for the morning. If you bung on maybe half an avocado, or if you're really posh, a little bit of smoked salmon, or just even some Tabasco sauce, you've got a really tasty breakfast there that sets you up, again, particularly in the winter time. It's getting a bit cold, a bit dark outside now, and you might want that porridge or that toast in the morning just to warm you up before you go out the house. And that's a great breakfast there, great warm cooked breakfast that's taken you 3 or 4 minutes to cook, and you've probably eaten it in under 10 minutes. Who doesn't have 10 minutes in the morning to have some breakfast? If you're really struggling to get that 10 minutes in the morning to have egg on toast, you just need to get your ass out of bed 10 minutes earlier, and you've got a great breakfast and a great start to the day. If you start your day hungry, if you go to work and you haven't eaten and you're hungry, you're going to be irritable, you're going to get tired quicker, and that's going to cause you to reach for sugary foods as the morning progresses, because you want something to pick you up because you're hungry, your sugar levels are down, your energy levels are down, and you go for that quick pick-me-up. So this little dish like egg on toast, for example, could really help you lose weight as it keeps them sugar levels, them energy levels balanced throughout the course of your morning. And you remember that smoothie that we just prepped a couple of minutes ago? Get that out the fridge now, add the water to it, whiz it up, bang, you're done. Take it out the door with you, drink it in the car. If you're really struggling for time, drinking it in the car is great. I wouldn't recommend eating overnight oats or toast in the car, it's a bit dangerous, but take a protein smoothie, take it with you in the car, take it as you're walking to work, take it when you're at work, it's great. Drink a little bit now, a little bit when you get to work, it doesn't matter, but it's taken you 20 seconds to whiz it up in the blender and you're done. You can kind of do that as you're putting your shoes on, grab it, out the door you go. Right, let's tackle lunch. Right, it's very tempting and very easy for lunches to grab something like this in your shopping, okay? It's a whole meal. It takes 5 minutes to reheat if you're lucky enough to have a microwave at work. And it's simple, it's warm, you're done. You don't even have to wash anything up. It's just, you eat it, throw it away, and you're done, okay? Very simple food to take for lunch, but not very healthy for you. On the other hand though, you could take something like this, which is microwavable rice, which takes 90 seconds to cook. You can bang that in a bowl with like half an avocado and a tin of tuna, and that's a much healthier option, and that's taken you Again, 90 seconds to cook the rice. While that's cooking, split a little Mr. Avocado up in half, take the stone out, bung that in your bowl, open a tin of tuna. This is with a little sunflower oil, so this is a drained tin. So literally just got to open it up, put it in the bowl, pour the rice on top. Got a warm meal for lunch. It's a really healthy meal. And I know what some of you are saying, I don't like avocado, can't stand it. Well, replace the avocado for something like a little bit of hummus. If you don't like the tuna, replace the tuna for some pre-cooked chicken. The chicken you get in the supermarkets is great. It's pre-cooked, so you don't have to worry about warming it up or anything. Most of it comes without the skin on, which is super healthy. If it comes with the skin on, just take it off. Always try and go for the breast of chicken rather than the wings or the thighs because they're really fatty, so stick to the breast. And there with just like, what, 1, 2, maybe the hummus, avocado, tuna, chicken, you've got a really healthy meal that beats the crap out of this. And not only is all this food healthier than the macaroni cheese, but it's a great balanced meal. You've got your carbs, you've got your protein in your tuna or your chicken, you've got your fat in your avocado or your hummus. So that's a really good balanced meal where you've got your mix of carbs, proteins and fats. If you want to know a little bit more about your carbs, your proteins and your fats and how to track them, what you should and shouldn't be eating and what your ratios should be, just watch this video from last week and that will explain it all in a lot more detail for you. And if that wasn't easy enough to just like have a meal in 90 seconds, the best and the easiest way to have your lunch is a YMCA lunch. That is yesterday's meal cooked again. What you had for dinner last night, just cook a little bit extra, package that up, take it to work with you the following day. If you work from home or you don't work, just put some in a bowl, put some on a plate and have it again the following day. You should be having healthy dinners, right? So it's not an issue. Whatever you've had that's healthy the night before, you're then going to have again the following day for lunch. I know a lot of people might not like having the same meal 2 days running, and that's fine, you know, then you can go for things like your rice, your chicken, your hummus and stuff like that. But if you're not bothered, like me, it really does not bother me having yesterday's meal cooked again. I will have that the following day for lunch. It's so easy, it's cheap. You've kind of saved your money on a lunch because it's already included in last night's dinner. You haven't had to cook twice. It's so super simple and there's really no excuse if you have a good healthy dinner to not have a good healthy day the following day. Right, talking about dinners. I'm gonna jump up again now and I'm gonna show you a little trick here, which is something that we all miss when we're trying to lose a little bit of weight. So there we go, as quick and easy as that. No more boring salads for you. You see, salads can be super tasty. Healthy doesn't have to mean bland and boring if you just add in a little bit of imagination into your food prep. And if you head over to healthbuddy.fit and sign up to the nutrition program, it's actually 7 different recipe packs in that program, one of which is dedicated purely to salads, which just tells you that if there's a whole recipe pack dedicated to salads, that there is a lot of variations out there and it doesn't have to be lettuce, tomato and cucumber every single time, just as like a little complement to your main dinner. Another really super healthy and super simple meal for the evening is Mediterranean veg. It's as simple as grabbing all your veggies, so grab your peppers, grab your courgettes, grab your mushrooms, grab your onions, throw them all in a tray, season them, spray them with a little bit of oil, put them in the oven on about 180 for 45 minutes, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Add on some pre-cooked chicken or a tin of tuna or some frozen white fish. Just remember to cook the frozen white fish first, otherwise it tastes horrible. And that's an easy, healthy meal in the bag, and you can even cook a little bit more and take it for your YMCA meal the following day. And not only is the salad and the Mediterranean veg super healthy, super quick, super simple, but they're both packed with vitamins and minerals as well to supercharge your immune system, keeping you fit and healthy on the inside into the bargain. And don't forget, whilst your veg is over here in the oven for 45 minutes, what a great opportunity now to prep that breakfast for the following day. Get them eggs in a pan of water while your veg is in the oven. Get them boiling. Get your granola, get your berries ready, get them in a tub, get them in the fridge ready for the next day. Get your overnight oats, stuff them in your mason jar and get them ready. How great is that? You've done your dinner, you've got your lunch for next day because you're gonna have a portion of this veg stuff for your YMCA lunch, and you've done your breakfast, and it's taken you what? That's gone in, let's say it's got 45 minutes to go. It's not gonna take 45 minutes to do your breakfast, 10 minutes maybe. You can clear up your chopping board, your knife, everything's away, it's done. You've probably even got 20 or 30 minutes there to do some exercises as well. How fantastic is that you've got all your meal done for tonight and all your meals done for tomorrow, and you've done some exercise as well, all in a life where you said you didn't have time to do either of those things. Now that we know what to eat, come back next week as we tap into the mental aspect, which is essential for us to succeed long term. And before you disappear, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's a real help to me. There should be a button coming up down here somewhere any second for you to do that. Also, if you want to track your food, you want to know what we were talking about earlier about the balance between carbs, proteins and fats, check out last week's video, which is up here somewhere. Click on that. Other than that, take care, have a great week, and I will see you all in the next video next week.